Dangerous. If there is oppression, don't make a sound. Follow me in the dark before the soldiers come around. I do not need you to bark. I don't need you to dance on the monkey bars at the park. Let what is precious remain on the stone before they try to eradicate a section of the zone. Do not be afraid because happiness is within. You don't have to scream that you're free from sin. You can if you wish, but remember there are others around that may not like the noise of your sound. Like Nebuchadnezzar, they may require you to dance to the flute. Do not anger the man willing to shoot. Agree with them quickly and follow the laws. I am in the heart. I shouldn't be punished for their flaws. I was given fight or flight, but also free will. So let who you are be strong and instill. The law of the land, please be kind. Some things could split the mind. I'm not saying that's a concrete wall. Just some righteous advice from a friend on a call. Please help the children. This line made me cry. So many hurtful, unsuspecting experiences that try. The pain resurrected goes into the fires. I am talking about old treasures and desires. I am not talking about physical bling, although the cleansing may remove a couple of things. As I walk through the valley of the dead, I see some thick liquid flowing from bread. I take a look before taking a bite, but then beyond the loaf was more red in sight. I followed the trail with nowhere else to go, and found a little tree still trying to grow. The branches were broken, but one was on fire. This little surviving stick began to inspire. I grabbed it and continued to follow the blood. When in the distance, I see 3 frogs in a flood. I dared not go near, I was riddled with fear. Drunk on its misery, 6 tall cans of beer. I followed the path, shaking at first. I thought I was free, but it seemed to get worse. There were beasts everywhere in the wilderness of doubt. I begged for this trail of blood to lead me out. I got to the light, and as soon as I was free, there was a little graveyard in front of me. I began to walk past, following the blood to the escape. But then I noticed to my left a little crate. In it a book full of victims of the people who tried to help others leave this wilderness and died. I began to see and become aware. This graveyard at the exit is everywhere. I see one more tomb to the right. I see on it a familiar name and begin reading the light. A little spark that created a big bang. A burning fire that suddenly showed its fang. I turn around with fire in my eyes. I jump over 10,000 feet in the sky. Suddenly fire in my hand. Completely ignoring gravity in the land. Coming down on a false prophet's head. Striking that ram with the food that it fed. Both horns burned to a crisp. Brutally damaged, left with a lisp. Right back to the point. I tore it to pieces and smoked it like a joint. I do not advocate for drugs, but do some research. You'll find that ancient Israel smoked them down like slugs. So many silly physical accusations, while they manipulate us with a book printed by the Satan. Or should I say who I am not? Now to the beast while the sword is still hot. Disclaimer, my mouth is the sword and I am the fire. Now for the beast and his father's empire. Cain, wherefore art thou? Or is it Noah who painted our hearts like a cow? A raven or dove, which one do you prefer? Depending on the action verb, different outcomes may occur. Blasphemy, kill, fear, burn up all that is clean. Boy, they love Noah, but call me mean? They love enslaving Ham, it's what their father craved. Still walking the flesh to this day, creating the slave. He was the only blameless man who walked the flesh. Sounds like narcissism, he destroyed the rest. 950 years turned to 25 million dead from the transatlantic. Those teachings lived for a while. Those curses were quite satanic. Matter of fact, I think North Africa is Islamic. Let me stop before words become atomic. Some people aren't ready for what's in their head. Some people would prefer my name to be Abel over some bread. Who is like the beast, say it with your diaphragm? Who can wage war against him? Oh, yeah.